Welcome to Hockey on Tap podcast. This is Shrimp's not frozen. That's good.
Damn.
This is episode 199B, Race for 8. I'll get to 199B in a second. I'm your host, Bill Dean. I'm here with my two co-hosts, Schwim, Shorts Guy. You can find us on Primetime Radio, courtesy of Mr. Sam Wu, and we're on a bunch of platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Please leave us a 5-star if you'd be so kind. Steven is out. I mean, perfect situation for him. He's out in the Shire, and he's bringing the One Ring to Mordor. So, Steven, enjoy New Zealand. Yeah, good for him. And here we are. Gents, what are we drinking?
You want to go shorts or me? Mine's going to be quick because it's terrible, and I'm trying to get rid of these. I got two left that have been sitting in the fridge. Southern Tier 2X IPA.
Okay.
It's not good. So let's move along.
It's not good.
I am drinking high quality water that comes from 350 feet under my house.
That's some good water.
I like it.
It's King Bay mug. So it's at least a beer mug.
That's good.
Hi, Sarah.
Yep, Sarah's
Sarah.
back. Just wreaking havoc on myself this night as Beth is on her way home, and Eric goes a peach. I said that very sarcastically.
And Gearist.
Yeah. All right, 199B. Last week was 199. Steven's gone for 2 weeks. We want to make sure the 200 spectacular is with one Esteban Steven. What's his middle name?
Felipe,
Yes.
That's right. Esteban Felipe Echeverria. So we're going to do 199B. Next might be 199C. And then finally the big 200 episode where we act like jerks, which we do anyway.
Yes, we do.
I, courtesy of Mrs. Alicia DeMarco, who is on one said New Zealand trip as well, brought to you Asahi plain from when she got in Japan. And it is literally everything is in Japan other than the Asahi
You
and
mean
the
Japanese?
plain.
I mean Japanese.
Didn't I
No,
say?
you said everything's in Japan.
See, that's Daddy Brain, by the way. I know that it's Japanese as the language, but yeah. But yeah, everything's in Japanese other than, it says that literally the only words are please and then nothing else. And then plain and then Asahi. So interesting. And it's one of those tops where one of those tops where you pull off the entire cap.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I heard this beer sucks.
Don't make a mess.
Well, you know what that means? The larger opening is you can chug it even quicker and get rid of it sooner.
Yeah, look at that's so crazy. The whole thing pops off. Oh, there's a lemon in here.
What?
What the hell?
A lemon?
How do I? There's literally a lemon in
Or is
here.
it a giant piece of mold floating in there?
Watch.
Is it a single plum floating in a top hat?
I should have used my finger. This is crazy. There's a lemon in my beer.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay.
It would
That's
be better if it was
cool.
a plum. It would be better if it was a plum.
This doesn't taste like beer. I think is this seltzer, and she just got me a seltzer instead. That says 3%.
Maybe it's just lemon flavored water.
Oh, that's horrible. A lemon's not too bad though.
Maybe it's healthy.
Wow, that's a first for me. Asahi.
That's a little crazy.
Man, I wish we had did
it's
this in person.
Finding a free toy inside.
Yeah, really. Well, after that extravaganza, we are. Yeah, let's get to what's on tap for today's episode. Here's a weekly snapshot. Race for 8, kind of a little double entendre there. One is the grade 8 Alexander Ovechkin, who is 5 goals from Wayne Gretzky's record. Obviously, Wayne Gretzky, the best hockey player of all time. But
some people would say differently.
Yeah, I thought I was waiting for Steven to say something, and Steven's not here to counteract that.
He's not here to rebuttal.
To defend. And then the other 8 would be the playoff spots. The eighth seed, the wild card, second wild card. Man, this beer is actually messing me up right now. The NHL teams that are battling for this playoff spot is pretty ridiculous. You have in the Eastern Conference, no one wants it at all. It's between Montreal and the Rangers. They're tied, although Montreal has a game in hand. Columbus is 2 points back of the Rangers and Montreal at 77. They have 2 games in hand, one on each team, 2 on the Rangers. And then you have Detroit and the Islanders both at 74, and they have games in hand on the Rangers. So it's very close, and each team just does not want to lose. Does not want to win. Sorry. This is their records in the last 10 for each team. 4-3-3 is Montreal, so the best of the
At least
worst.
they have a winning record. Yeah.
Yeah. 4-5-1 for the Rangers, 3-6-1 for Columbus, 4-6 for Detroit, and 3-4-3 for the Islanders. Islanders, the only thing keeping them afloat is they get the loser point. 3 straight games. Pittsburgh 6-3-1, but I think they're a little too far back. They actually played more games, and they're 71 points. They're 6 behind. And then the Bruins are 2-7-1, have completely fallen right off the map. The Bruins are in 26th spot in the NHL standings.
Talk about a fall from grace.
Yeah,
really,
that's crazy.
So do they happen to win the lottery this year?
Oh, could you imagine?
They could.
That would be.
I think it's just going to be Chicago again.
I don't think it'd be Chicago. San Jose, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I better not be. If you want to do it, give it to the Predators or give it to Buffalo.
They're not going to give it.
Buffalo deserves it.
Buffalo deserves it, but does the NHL want Buffalo to be good or Boston to be good?
I mean, what could happen, and we would not like this at all, would be the Flyers. Then everyone hates it. All 4 of us would just be disgusted.
Are the Flyers the 4th worst team in the league?
Flyers are number.
Because you can only move up 4 spots, right?
6.
So they can only move up to 2.
So right now, actually, the Western Conference has it in hand. It's San Jose, Blackhawks, Predators, and then I think the Kraken have the tiebreaker over Buffalo because Buffalo has a game in hand.
But magically Boston will somehow do something to have the weighted ball to get the first overall pick.
Them or Chicago.
Chicago will have the second overall pick, and Buffalo will have the 8th.
You know how bad the Eastern Conference is, the 8th seed? Buffalo has not been mathematically eliminated yet. Meanwhile, San Jose, Chicago, Nashville, and Seattle are all eliminated. They cannot make the playoffs.
Yep. The West is set. Trash. The West is pretty much set. The East is where everything is up for grabs. Not only at the 8th
last
spot,
year.
But in the one division, the first place is up for grabs still.
It's like last year. No one wants that last place.
By this beer.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps losing, and everyone just seems to be like, no, after you, after you, after you, after you. Just a constant stream of idiocy. But hey. I mean, I should have bought you that Isles jersey you wanted there, Schwem. You would have been very happy with it.
I definitely wanted that to
Yes.
never wear or see again in my life.
Yeah.
I also found a lot of Flyer jerseys. I could have got you one of them too.
I think I'd rather have a Flyers jersey than an Isles jersey. if I had to pick one, I think I'd rather have a Flyers jersey than an Isles.
Yeah. I guess if you really wanted to.
I would rather neither.
So that's the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. In the Western Conference, right now Minnesota and St. Louis are tied. Minnesota's game in hand at 87 points each. But
they're both
the Blues are 9-1 in their last 10. They're on fire right now. The Wild 5-4-1. They're waiting for Kaprizov, Eric Sinek to come back. Vancouver 81 points. They're 6 behind. Calgary's also 7 behind, and then Utah is 9 behind. I think
it's too
the
much
Western
to make up.
Conference is pretty close to being.
I think it's set. Maybe Vancouver falls out, because they go on like a shit streak and somebody pops in there. But I know, but Vancouver's not in. Vancouver's
not in.
That's right. Yeah, I meant Vancouver's out, but Minnesota and Blues are in.
They're the next highest, right? Vancouver of the teams trying to get in.
Yeah, but I don't see them. I don't see Vancouver being able to overcome.
I don't think any of those teams are going to be able to. Maybe Calgary, but I don't think it's. I think it's going to be too much to try to catch either the way St. Louis is playing. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think they're going to pass Minnesota at this point, and I don't see Minnesota falling out.
I mean, Minnesota hopefully is not going to get 2
healthy.
points tonight. Minnesota's not going to hopefully not going to get 2 points tonight because they're losing to the Devils currently.
Still losing.
Yeah, they're on the power play though, so we'll see what happens with this one. Markstrom seems to be playing well again, which is great for us.
So those are the two big eights. I don't know if you guys saw this. This was actually just announced a couple of minutes, an hour or so ago. The NHL and Rogers reached a media rights agreement in Canada for a 12-year, $7.7 US billion for the media rights agreement in Canada, which is really good for the Canadian teams and overall salary cap for the NHL. It's right now the NHL is contracted with ESPN and Turner Sports in 2021 for the current US TV and streaming rights deal, which was $4.5 billion over 7 years. This is 12 years, 7.7. So, a little bit less than the average for the US deal, but very good for the NHL. It's revenue streams, salary cap, obviously for.
I think they said it was double or a little more than double than the last deal that they had with Rogers.
Yeah, it is. It's more than the 7-year deal that they had previously.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, good for the NHL.
Yeah.
So we talked about Ovechkin, 890, 5 goals from the record. You guys think he gets it this year? Still?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's 5 goals from the record, and he's
gonna
got
be close.
8 games left.
I think it's going to come down to the wire. Let's see I think it's 8 games left, right?
I think it's 8 games, correct?
I think he gets it.
I hope he does. I don't want to wait till next year.
I think he gets it.
I think he already he's gonna. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be.
I believe I had a bold prediction for Steven. He's going to get it on the last game of the season, against the Penguins on his first shot.
Yeah.
I think Steven said actually it'll be his first shot on Jari.
It's very well possible. It's very well possible.
You had a couple of things. Obviously, we had the Frozen Four going on, which is fantastic hockey. Highly recommend anybody that has the time to go to watch. Denver beating BC was big. Lots of upsets. UMass winning. You had Western Michigan losing. The 1 seed.
Michigan State losing.
Sorry, Michigan State losing to Western. Yeah. You had a lot of really good games.
Crazy.
Penn State winning overtime. But after BC lost, you have Ryan Leonard, who is going to sign with the Washington Capitals, so they're going to get even better. Leonard, who they kind of assumed would be here after the season. Rangers also getting Gabe Perreault. So I'm interested to see he's going to sign an NHL deal. How this works out with him. Rangers mess up young kids' development, so I wouldn't mind.
Is he going to play tomorrow?
Right to the 8. I mean, I don't think he'll play tomorrow. Probably get a couple practices in. I would not mind seeing him go to the AHL. And playing
the only young player they just seem to have gotten right and weren't able to screw up was Matt Rempe. Their only youth player success.
Cooley, you had to give him some pats on the back every once in a while. The Rangers usually screw up everybody from Cabo Caco on down. But I would say Cooley's a good one. Adam Enstrom, who's the other side of that Twin Towers line with Rempe, he's 6'7". He's now hurt, but he's had a pretty good little run before he got injured. Chris Kreider had a pretty good, start to his career, and he didn't really fizzle out. Lafreniere has just been. I can see them. Trading
him
maybe
somewhere
this
south.
I could see
somewhere to a state with not a lot of taxes.
Some people think that he may go north to a French-speaking capital for an American who is very boisterous. There's some rumors. If you guys can guess, maybe that if you want to.
You're not getting Cole Caulfield.
Cole Caulfield? No, capital. French-speaking capital.
French-speaking.
Ottawa for Brady.
Yep.
No
there
way.
are rumors Lafreniere and
if they trade Laff for Brady, that is a complete.
No, they'd have to throw in more. It wouldn't just be for
yeah.
Lafreniere. Rangers have to give him more easily. But he is French speaking.
No,
he's a first overall pick. Maybe Ottawa.
Ottawa's in Ontario. Ottawa's in
Ontario. But they still speak French, and they're the capital.
Yeah, they speak partial French. They also speak English in Ottawa.
It's a French-speaking capital, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, gosh.
I was right in my assessment. You got it wrong.
No, you're not getting Brady.
I'm just saying. There's some rumors that could be a source. Listen, I like Shroom's idea of just dismantling Buffalo, and we each get pieces. So I call Tage.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I was letting you guys have all the big guns. I'll take the younger
Jack Quinn. Oh yeah. Poor Schwim. Yeah, poor Schwim getting Jack Quinn.
Oh, but he's getting Darlene, you're getting Thompson. Like, come on. I think I'm settling.
Yeah, you're settling.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Pretty good stuff. What do you guys got to talk about? What do you want to chat about? Today's a light day in the building notes.
Well, my team is currently winning, so I'll take that. And they are coming closer to clinching in the playoffs. They beat again this second year in a row. They've had a home and home, a back-to-back home and home with Minnesota. And Brooke and I were thinking of going to the game tonight if Maff would have played, but he did not, so we did not. So, but yeah,
it would have been fun to watch him. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that, but hey, here I am with you guys. I'm home and watching the Devils in front of me. Well, thank you, and I appreciate you guys.
What is the score anyway?
It's 1-0.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So as we watch for these teams to keep sucking and make the race for the 8th seed miserable, we are reminded that the NHL is still ridiculous in the referee path. They had 3 goals, I think, this past weekend that were all like goalie interference, either not called for goals or they were removed, or they let things stand that probably shouldn't have. And I just, how can the NHL continue to go on this path of horrible refereeing when you have the playoffs upcoming? You have to have things set in stone.
It's
for
inconsistent.
It's
inconsistent. That's the
so
biggest problem. It's so inconsistent, and it's scary.
Is it also partially the room in Toronto's?
No, it's Toronto too.
Because they go to the videotape and they help them out, and they can only recommend, right? The final decision's on the ref.
No, I think they do.
I mean, for goalie interference.
Because I see the angles. See, I thought they did make the
They make the final call?
The ruling. I thought so, but maybe
No. So, is it really then the refs, or is it the war room in Toronto?
I mean, it's
not
the whole
consistent,
whole kit and caboodle, but
I don't know.
You know what though, and then it trickles down to, it does eventually trickle all the way down to our level of play, because the NHL is not consistent in things like goaltender interference, and then there's no consistency in goaltender interference when we play either, because there is no there's no cut and dry definition of what is goaltender interference, and it sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if
there's no consistency in any type of call.
Yeah, in any line of
in our league or in our level.
Yeah,
no. But I'm just saying, if there's no good example of what it would be, because it's the NHL's all over the freaking place. Like, what's goalie interference and what isn't? And I'll always skew towards the goalie, but there's sometimes where I'm looking at it going, I have no idea what they're looking at here. Like, the Devils have had goals called back, and it's like, well, why was that goalie interference? Even as a goalie, I'm like, where was the interference? And then there's some calls the other way, and you're like, how does that count? It's just the only thing that's consistent with NHL refereeing is it's inconsistent.
Yeah, true. Consistently inconsistent.
Inconsistent, yeah.
Do you think that Cale McCarr's brother, follows in the footsteps of one Brett Gretzky, and you just watch the one brother kill it, and then the other brother just sucks?
I don't know. I saw him in a couple games with Maine.
Yeah, Maine. He's a forward. He's 30 points at Maine, 18 goals, 12 assists.
He looked good. He looked good in the couple games that I saw him in. I don't know if he's going to
just to give you a little bit of heads. Brett Gretzky.
Was it Brett or Brent?
Brent.
Because Brett was Lindros's brother's name.
Yeah, I thought he was Brent Lindros.
No, Brett.
It was Brett Lindros?
This is just all sorts of messed up right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, Brent Gretzky had, when he was younger, actually did pretty well in the junior ranks. He had 121 points in 62 games in the OHL. So that's actually pretty good.
He played well, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, former Tampa Bay Lightning draft pick, 3rd round, 49th overall in 1992.
Wow.
But he of only, what did he play in? 3 games? No, he played in 13 total games, all with Tampa Bay, recording 4 points.
Listen, nice. I'm just gonna. I have to go back to what we were talking about in the beginning. Ottawa was founded in 1800 by a New Englander. It's English speaking. It was founded after the British had full control of Canada.
There we go.
Yeah. I just had
if I type in Ottawa is a bilingual city with both French and English as official languages.
Bilingual, yes.
A significant portion of the population identifies French as their first language.
Good for them, but it's still not a French-speaking capital. It's a bilingual speaking capital, but founded by a New Englander.
I was still pretty close.
I think I'm going to side with the history teacher over the non-history.
Yeah, but I did say capital. You should have known that Ottawa is the capital of Canada.
Well, first of all, when you said a French-speaking capital, I'm like, Quebec doesn't have a team. That was my first thought.
Well, yeah, but so then that would get what other capitals are there?
So then, so then I'm like, well, maybe he just means Montreal. So I was erring on the side of caution.
I guess I would take Cole Caulfield for Alexis Lafreniere, but
yeah, you would. Who wouldn't?
That is not who I was going after.
I mean, I would take him on a 3-team trade between us, you, and Montreal. We got a couple draft picks we can give you in the later rounds.
No,
you send Laff to Montreal, and we'll take Caulfield.
You can give us the better Hughes brother, Luke.
No. You're not getting
Jack's
any of the Hughes from us.
A weak little boy.
You're not getting any of the Hughes brothers from us. But you would love to have Jack on your team.
Of course I would. So this way he doesn't, destroy us when he plays against us. Of course, I'm not stupid. In all seriousness, Jack needs to stay healthy.
I know.
Tap the sign, Shrimp.
What happened?
Steven says tap the sign.
Tap the sign.
Yep. Steven's following on Facebook Live.
Nice.
Hi,
Steven.
YouTube Live as well. We do miss Steven here, but he's out gallivanting.
Yes. Steven,
I just dropping like this episode is going to suck with no little Steve. I mean, geez. I thought we're all pretty talented guys ourselves. Yeah, it's brutal.
Steven, I hope you find a toilet that flushes the correct American way. Down there.
Yeah, he needs to find that. I mean, I'm over here drinking lemon beer, and he's out in obviously New Zealand, and his toilet just went straight down. There was not even like a circle.
No.
It just evacuated. It was like toilet. It was like a plain toilet.
You had like a square toilet.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, it was weird.
How un-American of a toilet flush.
Yeah, really. What are they thinking over there?
Seriously.
I was going to say maybe he can find our favorite Australian over there, but I don't want to mention any names.
Tobias?
Yeah, Tobias. That's who I was going for. Yeah. Oh, jeez. All right.
Off
What do you
the
guys
rails.
want to chat about? Yeah, this is a great episode.
I got something cool. I'm
the
playing
B,
on the
isn't it?
Prudential. I am playing on the Prudential Center Ice on Saturday afternoon after the Devil Ranger game.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's
How
a
you doing
series
that?
where
Nice
they
guy.
have. It's a series that I signed up for. It's captained. They have two teams. One's captained by Ken Danico. The other's captained by Colin White, and I'm on Team Colin White.
So did you pay for that? Well, what's how does that? How does it work?
Yeah. No, you had to pay for it, but I figured it'd be fun. It's a fun
How long
opportunity.
do you have to
But I'm
play
saying,
for it?
like, it was like a sign up, or did you have to get? It was like some sort of like a. If there's too many people, it was a draft or
No.
something.
It
Like
was
how?
it was a sign up. It was a sign up.
Okay.
They do it all around the league. They have one in. I know they have one in Tampa. They have one in Philly. I don't know if they have one in New York. I got to assume they do.
They're going to see you play, and they're going to want you to be an e-bug.
They better. I mean, what better opportunity for them to scout me as an e-bug than to see me playing right there in the Prudential Center Ice?
It'd be perfect.
I like it. Did you guys see the Mikko Mikkola slap shot? And he got a unsportsmanlike fine for it.
So Brooke just sent me this, and I have not yet had a chance to watch it.
So take a look at it.
I think I sent the link to two of our chats.
Did you? Oh, I missed
it was like a couple seconds before the end of the game, and he just unleashes a clapper and almost takes off Brendan Gallagher's head.
No, it was Mark Savard.
Savard.
Savard,
yeah, it was Savard. Yeah, David Savard. Come on, he was on your team. He won a cup with you, you jerk.
I couldn't think of his first name. I got his last name.
All right, so some fun stuff. We'll go.
And he got fined, right?
NFL.
He got a $5,000 fine, I think, for doing it.
Yep. Yeah, he did. All right, we are a couple weeks away from the end of the season, to maybe a little over 2. So let's chat some fantastic awards. Who is your MVP?
I know mine.
Yeah, Cooch.
Yep.
But he's not even.
Probably
would you say he's the best player on your team?
Best player?
Is he the best player on your team?
Are we giving these for our own team?
But hold on. So just because you are.
The fact that I think about it.
The fact that you think about it does not make him the MVP.
Why?
Because he's not even the best player on your team, so why would he be the MVP of the league?
Because he's having a phenomenal season and he's very important to the team. I don't think the team would be the same if he wasn't playing.
It wouldn't.
But they also have other
about
pieces, yes, that are very good, yes. But so do the other people that are in the race. For
on the non-homer Schwim, who would be your other choice?
I don't know. Hellebuck's having a hell of a seation. I know goalies don't usually get love for MVPs, but
that this is one of those years where you could give it to the goalie.
He could be nominated. It could be two forwards. It could be Cooch. What's his face? McKinnon and Hellebuck.
It's going to be
for the 3 nominations.
Draisaitl has 51 goals.
So what?
Draisaitl is he has 9 more than the next person, which is William Nylander. He has 51 goals on a team that's missing Connor McDavid, multiple times this season. I think Draisaitl is a shoo-in. It's just who's those other 2 spots. And I think that it goes between McKinnon, Kucherov, and the goaltender. And I think it's Hellebuck, and I think it is McKinnon just because
I would say
trading Brandon.
I'd say Hellebuck over him, but if you're saying he's definitely in, then it's him and Cooch and what's his face? McKinnon. Yeah.
So you're kicking out the goalie.
No, you are. I've said the goalie.
No, I think it's McKinnon, Draisaitl, and Hellebuck.
Are you out of your mind? Somebody who's leading the league in scoring? It's not going to be a finalist for the...
I have one guy that's at 109. He's tied for Kucherov. I have the guy that's tied with Kucherov, and I have a guy that's at 104, 5 points behind, and leads the league in goals.
So why not Kucherov over McDavid then? He's tied with Kucherov.
I didn't say McDavid.
Or not McDavid, McKinnon.
Because he's more important to his team than Kucherov is.
Yeah, your mind.
If you take McKinnon off of Colorado, they are barely sniffing the playoffs. If you take Kucherov off of Tampa,
pretty good team.
They're still a wagon.
I think both of them are still pretty good teams if they're missing both their.
I think
top
McKinnon
point
is
producers.
more important, and you saw it when you traded Rantanen and brought in someone else that he didn't miss a beat.
Well, Necas is the beneficiary of that one.
Necas is doing fantastic. He is, but I mean, you got Braden Point, who's got almost 40 tucks. Jake Gensel, Hagel's having an awesome year. He's at almost 35. He's at 81 points.
Fasty's having an awesome year.
Yeah, you have a Norris in Hedman, Norris candidate.
You know who I think more so than Hedman?
You don't need Kucherov. Who?
McDonough.
You're really going to say McDonough for
Absolutely.
Norris?
He has been phenomenal for this team.
No, I know
Absolutely
he has.
He leads the league in plus minus, which is crazy.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
He's playing against the team's best players every single night, and he's leading the league in plus minus.
Yeah.
And the team's overall defense and everything is vastly improved from last season when they didn't have him and they brought him back this year.
Yeah.
And he makes a huge difference. I don't know. I think I'm not saying he's going to win the Norris, but I think there's no way, but he should get some votes just for what he does. He's an actual defenseman. It's not just a high scoring defenseman who wins the Norris every year.
Yeah, they need to make they need to make another
such a difference defensively.
Yeah.
What do you
think was his career? What was his career high in points?
Oh God!
If you to venture a guess,
something in the 30s or 40s.
46.
Okay. And what's he at this year? He's in the 30s this year, isn't he?
28.
28, almost.
Yeah, 28 plus 43 goals in the season. Career high of 14 at the Rangers in 2013, 2014.
Just played his 1,000th game. Got
1,000.
Nice,
his kids doing the thing was very cute.
Yeah, doing the pregame.
Yeah, I love him, and it sucks that he's on your stupid team, withering away.
Get the hell out of here.
All right, shorts guy. We talked about MVPs. Who is your MVP?
I'm going to say Connor Hellebuck or
I like it.
Quinn Hughes.
Quinn Hughes. Does it matter that they are not going to make the playoffs? Or that it's a very slim chance?
No, and the reason being because I feel like the team suffered without him there, so that actually shows how important he was to that team. So therefore, kind of makes the argument a little bit more so that he was the MVP for that. You know, he's the reason why that they were even going to be close. Had he not been injured, well, then they'd probably be in the playoffs,
or at least close.
So, if you're picking Quinn at 70 points, 60 games played, he's awesome, right? He's top 2 defenseman in the league, not even a shadow of doubt. Does that lend credence to Zach Werenski actually getting some love, maybe even over Quinn Hughes for an MVP?
Could.
72 points in 71 games. He's been their best player, hands down. You saw how important it was to the U.S. team in the Four Nations tournament.
Yeah.
I see. I love Quinn Hughes, and I think he's going to be in with the Norris along with Cale Makar and obviously Werenski, but I don't think he gets enough love. Being Zach Werenski for this year, 20 goals. He's been awesome, and he's. You look at that Columbus team, there's some good young players, but no superstar, and he's seemed to be that for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's, I think it kind of all gets lost in the, it's going to the highest scorer, this and that, and it's because everyone loves goals, but, this is absolutely the year that it could go to a goalie, which I think would be wild, and I think would be great.
Yeah. It would be fantastic. We'll go right to Norris because we just kind of talked about 2 of them. But is it Cale Makar's to lose unless Quinn Hughes makes the playoffs or Werenski?
I think he's ahead by a lot right now.
He's at 84 points, plus 29. Werenski's a plus 9, 72 points, and then you have Quinn Hughes 70 points and +6.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I mean,
so I don't think
I
don't think
otherworldly. Cam Makar.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about the Vezina other than to say that there's a bunch of goalies that have had really good years. You think about Logan Thompson, even possibly the Rookie of the Year in Wolf. He's been awesome for Calgary. But I mean, we're not running anywhere else but Connor Hellebuck's tree, right?
Yeah, there's no way.
No, there's no way. Not a chance.
And it sucks too because Vasi's played really well.
He's having a really good year. He'll be nominated. He'll be like second, maybe in votes. But
goals against, a .921 save percentage, but Hellebuck is just at 2 and a .925 with 7 shutouts. He's
Vasi has 6 shutouts.
43 wins.
But yeah.
40,
who do you think
wins, 8 more than anybody else.
I think they're the top 2. The third one maybe.
It's probably going to be Logan Thompson, but I really do think that Wolf should be up there.
Wolf played very
good. His underlying numbers on a team that can't score. I mean, they're playing 1-goal games, and he has stood on his head. I'm a big fan of Dustin Wolf. Another U.S. boy.
Does Wolf take over? Do you think Wolf takes over for Hellebuck?
Yes.
Eventually.
Oh wait, Hellebuck. No, I mean, there's a lot.
He's not going to unseat Hellebuck, but does Wolf become the next one after Hellebuck?
So Jake Ottinger is fantastic, except for in the playoffs.
He could be the third one.
Yeah, but in the playoffs, he seems to wilt a little bit. So I'd like to see him, have a good playoff run here. I would think that once Hellebuck's gone, maybe it's between Otter and Wolf. But there's some other good young American goalies all over the place. I could see a bunch of guys kind of coming in here and playing well. Joseph Wall for Toronto, he's playing pretty good as he comes back from injury. There's a ton of good U.S. goaltending.
There really are.
Yeah,
we're the new goalie factory.
There's that.
Hopefully we can overtake the Russians.
Yeah.
There's a good top USA goalie prospects. Who's the kid? He played in the college tournament.
U.S. kid?
Who did
he play for?
That's what I'm blanking.
Okay.
This is great podcasting right here.
Yeah, right.
Telling you, we need a stat boy. Look up stuff.
We do need a stat boy.
We do.
Or girl.
We really could use.
It's just a stat anybody, just to keep us on track.
Stat person.
Oh,
yeah.
Augustine. He was with Michigan State.
Okay.
He's the Red Wings goalie of the future. He is very, very good. You have the kid Jacob Fowler who was on who did he just play for? But he's on the USHL and he's going to be Montreal's probably eventual number 1.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a couple of good U.S. kids. Oh, Boston College. Fowler's with Boston College.
Okay.
There you go.
And he had a pretty good, those are two good young guys, Fowler and Augustine. I remember Augustine was the kid from, that's who I was trying to think of, was from Michigan State. So they're a wagon this year too.
Not enough to make it to the Frozen Four.
Jack Adams? Yeah, true.
Yep.
Jack Adams, anything?
Washington's coach.
Anyone stick out?
Remember his name.
Yeah, he's probably going to win it.
Washington's coach.
I'm going to go different. I'm going to say Dean Evison. Obviously, Columbus Blue Jackets. Just for them to even be in this race, to me, is amazing. Going in with what they were doing. He allowed them to regroup and, go through the motions of the beginning of the season with what happened in the summer with, obviously the Gaudreau brothers. I don't know that. Yeah, I mean, Spencer Carberry has had an awesome season with Washington, and they were expected to just kind of be Ovechkin's stepping stone to the goals record.
Saw this season coming.
Yeah, and they win a President's Trophy or the close to a President's Trophy.
They might. Yeah.
So that's pretty amazing. But yeah, I think they might go the sentimental route with Evison, and I'm very okay with that for what this year's kind of been about. But yeah, there's a couple of good options. So they do expect McDavid back before the end of the regular season. Kachuk, on the other hand, might not be back before the end of the season. He might be a playoff start, which is typically how it goes. And then you have McAvoy skating in his jersey for the Bruins, so he could be back soon. Are you guys what's going to be your favorite matchup to look forward to when the playoffs do start here?
Well, I got two, one in each conference. The Dallas-Colorado one, if that happens.
Dallas, Colorado, yeah.
And then whatever the Atlantic one is.
Yes. I would say Tampa, Florida in round one.
Tampa, Florida, Toronto, Tampa, Toronto, Florida, whatever the hell it ends up being.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
You guys are all, Toronto has played 74 games, played 94 points, but both Tampa and Florida have a game in hand, and they're at 91. So they're all within roughly a point of each other.
Yeah, we're all battling. And we all play each other. I think Toronto and Florida play each other twice, and Tampa plays Florida once and Toronto once. So all those games are going to be huge. The last game of the season for Florida is against Tampa, and then Tampa has one more game after that. So those two games, and the last game they play against the Rangers. So those last two games could be friggin' huge. Depending on, it could be for first place, it could be for home ice for the second seed. It's gonna be nuts down the stretch.
Shorts guy, it's most likely going to be Carolina for you guys. Have you started talking on LGD podcast about this matchup? What you guys expect? Hurricanes are on a roll, 8-2 in their last 10. Stankoven's looked really good on this team. He fits well in that system versus what Rantanen did. What is the confidence of Devils fans as you guys aim for this playoff run right here?
I haven't really spoken much about it yet. We got to make it first.
You're going to make it. You are.
We're not
5 points. The Rangers are the closest with 77. You're 8 points ahead with.
I know, but we're not talking with major confidence that we're in yet. The only little bit that we've spoken about, I know, and with what we've seen this season, an epic collapse is always on the table. So
I guess so.
The only thing that we've kind of mentioned last night, Scotty and I were talking about how the Devils have had a bad habit of letting teams stay in games. And that would be, I think,
closing teams out.
Death knell. That would be a death knell for playing games against Carolina, because there's no way that if Carolina is still in the game with who they have behind the bench, he's going to get them playing good. So that's really the only talk that we've had of the playoffs and a potential matchup. Otherwise, we've been very conservative in talking about that. We just haven't really brought it up.
I think after this week, you'll be able to be like, okay, it's looking like it's going to be more and more likely it's going to be you guys in Carolina, depending on what happens this week. But I don't see you guys completely falling off to where the Rangers catch you. So
yeah,
you know what? Anything's possible. The Devils couldn't win to save their lives for 2 weeks.
I don't know.
I
don't see it happening.
With the way the second half of the season has gone, I think that everyone is just willing to expect anything and everything. So we're not really, we'll talk more about it maybe after next week.
Yeah.
Once we're officially in, and then maybe we can start looking forward to that. But we're still, figuring out. Everyone's still kind of like, oh, hey, it's only 3-5. It's only 8 points. That's 4 wins. The Devils are more than capable of losing 4 games. More than capable.
The way the other teams behind them are playing, they might not be able to.
I know,
because they're not winning either.
I know they're not winning either, but I'll tell you what,
Markstrom is good.
Markstrom has started. Markstrom has started to finally look good again over the last couple games.
Yeah, he looks good tonight too.
Yeah, he's looking good tonight, and I'm expecting and hoping that he's kind of back to where he was. So. We'll see what that brings us.
Since Torts has been relieved, and we didn't talk about that. Torts obviously leaving Philadelphia. Mishkov has 7 points in 3 games. He's got 11 in his last 6. All Phil in general, I think they had back-to-back games where they had put up 7 goals each, and then today they're winning 2-1. but Mishkov has been on a tear.
They
and
won.
You could tell
They
that.
won. They won big on Saturday. I was out at Cape May Brewery
Yep.
and they had it on there. Obviously being
They're
down
doing
in
well.
South Jersey, they were going to have it on. So, but yeah, it was interesting. They looked. Unfortunately, they looked good, but they also let up a goal or two towards the end as well. So they kind of looked like a mess still.
Yeah, they can't defend. It's more just offense, right?
They have no D in goaltending.
Yeah, 6-4 Montreal, 7-4 Buffalo, and now they're winning 2-1 versus Nashville. So that offense has kind of done pretty well since.
What about Buffalo putting up an 8 spot on Washington?
I saw that.
That was
yesterday.
It was yesterday. I was listening to a little bit on the ride home. So
like, damn. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Oof.
I liked it.
Good for them.
Yeah. Hey, if they're gonna win, at least give JJ something to cheer about.
Yeah.
There's not much there.
Yeah.
Nope. There's not much to cheer about that season or this season.
Yeah, this season's altogether just sucked. The Rangers not doing great. The whole collapse, obviously injuries. I've been disappointed, but
I don't know. I like seeing the Rangers collapse.
Yeah. I like seeing Jack Hughes get injured.
Oh,
yeah, I'm sure you do.
No, it's not great for hockey when guys get injured, so I do not like that. But I do like the Devils stinking. That's good.
Oh, I know you do. That's fine. And I totally get it. But is what it is.
What about the 3 stars of the week?
Who are your 3 stars, Shrim?
I don't know. I only saw the first one and then I stopped paying attention.
Who was the first one? I didn't even see.
Kucherov.
Oh, Kuch.
Yeah, 11 points.
Mishkov's got to be up there. Yeah, Kucherov was disgusting.
Yeah.
Mishkov's got to be up there, and I would say some goalie.
I think he's like second or third in rookie scoring. Is he or him and Celebrini like tied? And I know Hudson's in first, which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
he's having like one of the best ever rookie seasons for a
defenseman. It's the most assists for a rookie defenseman since I think it was Brian Leach in 1985.
Wow. Yeah, I saw some before. Like I didn't see assists, I just saw points, and he has like the 8th best season ever for a rookie D guy, and he's not even done. He can still climb the list.
Oh, Hellebuck had the 3 wins. He had 2 shutouts and 1 goals against. He was fantastic. Brian Leach in. Oh, he's 88, 89, had 48 assists. It was something since 85 that someone had 1985 that someone had 50 assists. I can't remember who that player was.
Certainly not me.
Yeah, it was not. None of us.
Imagine you're a goalie and you had 40, 50 assists.
That would be wild. That would be wild.
Oh, Gary Sutter for Calgary had 50 assists, 68 points in 1985.
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got to see, because I don't think I've been here since then. I got to witness, I got to witness Jesper Bratt taking the assist lead, taking over the assist record for the Devils the other night.
Yeah. I saw that.
So it was right in front of me. So that was pretty cool to be able to see.
I think we commented on that last podcast just saying that he's at like 60 or something. Is there?
Yeah, we're like, damn, already he has the assist. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. And then he had 2 the other night. I forget what he's at now, but he had 2 the other night. So he's he's doing well. He's definitely earning that contract. That's for sure.
Yeah. Unlike another
person. Someone. Yeah.
Someone.
Now he's also scored since you've tried to point him out. So
how has he scored? I think it was like there's the 2 that were in that game, right?
I think he had another one too.
It was literally just when we were talking about him that he was scoring.
Oh, because he heard he got a text in between periods and was like, "Oh, this is going to be good. The Devils are going to take the lead again." Yeah, he got a text in between periods, and I guess someone said, "Yeah, this guy Billy Dean is."
He's really giving him shit.
This guy Billy Dean's talking crap about
He's ripping on me wearing a Jets sweater. I gotta show this guy I mean business.
Actually, Shorts guy, he only had the 2 goals against Vancouver, which you guys lost in the shootout, and he hasn't scored either out an assist since in 4 games.
He should have. I'll tell you what, though, he should have had a goal against Winnipeg. He freaking hit the post dead on with an almost empty net.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yep. Did you guys lose?
No. Oh man. So, this is great. Oh no, did it not go in? So Gustafsson, they're gonna look at this. Gustafsson, it hit his blocker, went up over, landed on his back, and they called it a no goal. Darn, that's a pretty nice save by Gustafsson. You guys will have to watch it.
I'll take a look.
I gotta see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give him that. It's a pretty good save.
He's a very good goaltender. It's just the whole math thing, kind of.
Yeah, no, and it's kind of interesting that they've got it's tonight. The last 2 games are 2 friends going at it in net, so that's pretty cool.
Love math. This beer has actually kind of grown on me a little bit. I like the lemon, but I saw he overall 2.5, 2.75.
I think you like the whole production of that beer.
It is. I mean, that's a cool way to go, where they actually give you like the full lid,
lemon inside.
In there, you see the lemon. It's a very cool, interesting take. So,
that's my rating.
There's water. Always.
I love my water, so it is very delicious. Yep.
I should have gone the S guy route and gone with water as well.
Shoulda.
Shrimp, take her home.
All right. I don't mind being called a liar when I'm lying, when I'm about to lie, or just finished lying, but not when I'm telling the truth. Homer Simpson.
Gotta love Homer.
Oh yeah.
The